A warm namaste and a big hello to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this collective message. We are going to dive deep into what Divine wants us to know. Now, this channeling is about change, respect, and stepping up for the person you love. So, in this channeling session, the person that I'm channeling today, the one who will resonate with this the most, is basically kind of getting clarity about a lot of things about their relationship and the things that they have gone through, they have suffered. I mean, suffering can be for a day, suffering can be for a week, suffering can be for an hour, for a month, whatever, doesn't matter, the intensity matters. And when it reaches to the point where a person actually starts getting enlightened and awakened, they want someone they are with or someone who's, in kind of contact with them or someone who is playing the other person's role. That person, between them, if there is a runner-chaser dynamic, a cat and mouse game, then it's very imperative that the one who feels like the chaser or the one who feels like this is not fair has to step up and take a stand for themselves. Because love is definitely a one-way traffic where you just give. But first you need to establish whether it is love or not. That is where the interesting part comes in. And for that, a person has to go through a lot maybe sometimes. So I'm going to explain this energy. At the moment, I feel that two types of people meet each other. Okay, one is very logical, very practical. I mean, over logical and practical. It's good to be logical and practical, but they are more practical and logical towards the 3D world because they want their requirements to be met, and for that they are okay to get into a relationship. They are okay to be with a person who is materialistically can provide them whatever they want, whatever they need, or everyone has a list, everyone has an expectation in their mind where they feel like, okay, if this person fulfills these criterias, I'm good to go. Then there are those who are hardcore romantics and they simply want love and they want all of the lovey-dovey things. Now we are looking at people who are going to enter a zone which is between these two zones. Like there will be, of course, there is a 3D reality. There are certain expectations also that need to be met because it totally depends on what you are doing. Because once you leave the doership and once you get into mission work and once you understand and start practicing unconditional love daily, and when you know that you are in a twin flame journey and you take complete responsibility for it, you are here to awaken your Shiva and Shakti energy that is there already within you, but it gets, stuck because of the programming, because of all the things that people tell you, and the education system, the societal system, a lot of these things, the media system, it kind of ruins that innocence, pure, that loving part in a person, which doesn't really require anything from anyone. But you have to protect your energy. So if you fall in love with someone who is absolutely 3D, they don't care about anything else. They just care about money. They just care about the body. They just care about certain of their expectations and requirements should get met, and that's it. Then it becomes a purely lustful relationship. It becomes a purely selfish relationship actually. Things actually change and shift for a lot of you people when you start moving further into the ascension energies. This is where one of the person will give into the slavery, which is the worldly slavery, which is like they have set expectations and they don't care about love. I am talking about that love which is very pure. Okay, I'm not talking about love which is based on all the programming, all the crap, garbage programming. So most twin flames actually are looking for that type of love, the pure esoteric love. And for that you have to really develop the unconditional love, the compassion, the kind-heartedness within you. So one of them gives into slavery, that is the strong energy I sense. And the other strong energy is the person who wants to work on themselves, themselves, or the people who want to work on themselves actually, because one person here is representing the whole collective. So there's a war between ego and the self. Ego and self, okay, very important. The ego has to die, the self has to take over. And the one who gets into worldly slavery is obviously going to choose ego. They're going to choose the easy life, they're going to choose the materialistic pleasures, the sexual stuff, the family part, the having babies and this and that, which is not totally wrong. But as I said, when you ascend higher, a lot of things that I'm saying will make sense to a lot of people already. I don't have to really explain, but there are different types of people who are in different stages of the twin flame ascension journey. So sometimes I say, yes, people enter this journey with certain expectation, but I think for a lot of people in twin flame ascension journey, they don't care about anything else. That's why many a times they also end up choosing false twin flames or distorted masculines and feminines. And they're like, okay, this person has a crazy family, that's okay. This person is narcissistic, that's okay. This person doesn't have a job, that's okay. This person doesn't do anything in life other than demand, it's okay. This person has got addictions, like really bad addictions. Maybe they're into drugs or sex or alcohol or whatever it is, and it's okay. Or this person, some people are just very negative. Like, I have met some people like that in my life. They're downright depressed and negative, and they know it. Like, they know it. They can step out from it, but they don't want to. They purposely look for bad company. They purposely look for downers. They purposely look for, pessimism, and they are very sarcastic. They don't give credit to anyone. They're always like telling other people, oh, you don't know this, or you can't do this. Like, until and unless they are in very romantic days, they will not really even compliment someone. Or as soon as they start sensing some kind of responsibility coming their way, these are the first ones to run away. So you see all of these red flags, people see all of these red flags, but they are looking for love. So sometimes they are purely looking for love and not really bothering about the red flags also. So even though you say that love is a one-way traffic, but you have to protect your energy, because the other person may not even understand what love is, and you could be looking for love. And maybe for some of you, it is good you met these people. It is good you met these very hugely dysfunctional people, very broken people, people full of insecurities, people full of negative energy, people full of lack of confidence, people who cannot really enjoy, they cannot be happy. Being happy is an inner thing, they cannot be happy, but you fell in love with those people, which is okay, it happens to a lot of us. But now you don't want them back just like that. You don't want this person hovering around you or talking to you, or you giving them your time, attention, patience, understanding, compassion, sympathy, empathy, all those things. You don't want to give it to them until and unless they show some change in them. You know why? Because you've actually figured what true love is. Because once you figure out true love, you don't want a person to stay in those negative energies. You want them to grow. You genuinely want them to grow. You don't want them to be stuck in the lower frequencies and lower vibrations. So you have that kind of understanding, and then if you put a condition, or if you take your space, or if you get into solitude, it's okay. It's great. In fact, that's the right way to go. Which is what a lot of people learn post-surrender. They learn this after they get into this runner-chaser, cat and mouse game, hot and cold dynamic way too much, and then they are sick of it. So one of the person obviously chose bodily pleasures. Even though these people look very confident, but they are not that confident. And back in those days, materialistic choices, lifestyle were really the parameter to see that a person is successful or not. But today things are changing. People are becoming more conscious and aware, and a lot of people, I won't say billions of people, I mean there are 7.5 billion people. I so pray to God, if all of them get awakened, this planet would not be the same. But yes, some of them are kind of into new age spirituality, and they are looking at love in a very different way. So they find it very hard to fit into the society, and they always they want to do something for others. They are very much giving, and caring and nurturing. So when they look for love, they're looking for the same kind of person. Now initially the karmic or the false twin or the distorted masculine or feminine would pretend to be very intelligent, wise, very giving, caring, understanding, patient, wise, blah blah blah, all of those things. But as time passes by, all of this starts fading out, all of this starts looking like a charade. So there are two things that an empath is going to do to a narc. Number one is either they're going to annoy the narc so much that the narc will just leave and will just go away, because their energy is such. The empathetic person's energy is kind of, they are looking at people like, you know what, you should grow, you should ascend, you should do good in life, you should live healthy, you should eat healthy, you should dress up well, you should have like a career or a job, you should have a mission where you're going to be putting all the money you earn. And they're very smart, very wise, intelligent people. So as lovers, to have them around is like a great gift. Sometimes they're going to trigger. True love is not all about roses and dancing and singing. True love, it can trigger people because it is forcing people to change sometimes. And the other thing they're going to do is, so one thing is they're going to make the narc run away, and the narc is going to be like, I can't do this is not my piece of cup, and goodbye, see you later, hasta la vista baby. Mwah. But the other thing that can happen, maybe it's a narc by error, maybe it's an enabled narc, but there is a spiritual light inside of this person. They're going to take their own sweet time, but they will figure it out, because they feel that this person, this empath, has got some effect on them. And maybe whatever the empath was saying was kind of hard to digest, was difficult to follow, was difficult to live through. I mean, they are triggering me, they feel like this is like a self-talk. They say to themselves that I'm getting triggered, I'm getting pulled out from something, I don't like this feeling, I'm questioning myself, what do I want? But yes, this is going to lead to their good eventually. They're going to be on the same vibrational frequency. They're going to be a vibrational match to you, to the empath who resonates with this. So a lot of these narcissistic people, I would say 50% narc and 50% empath, are the ones who like the spiritual stuff. They like the new age spirituality, the wisdom, the unconditional love, the asexuality that comes with it, the brahmacharya that comes with it, the gifts, and the very pure relationship. These are relationships that actually love is the highest priority, not anything else. So they are very drawn to it. They want to quit alcohol, they want to quit smoking, they want to quit meat, they want to quit a lot of things, bad habits, addiction patterns. They want to heal their templates, release their generational curses. But it's not easy. It's not like, yeah, I want to do it and I'll do it by tomorrow. It's not that simple for a lot of people, and it is not going to be simple, because if it was such a piece of cake, it would not be called ascension journey. Because ascension journey is almost like, in India we have a dhobi ghat. Okay, dhobi ghat is a place where the washermen and washerwomen, they take a slab, like they don't take it because the slab is so big. They have a huge slab of stone, and they take the piece of cloth that they have to wash, and they keep tapping it on it. Like, it's not even like tapping, it's like thrashing. They thrash the shirt or the trouser or whatever they have to wash, they thrash it on the stone, and by thrashing it on the stone, all of the dirt goes out. So this is like becoming purer and purer and purer by the day, releasing your impurities and getting into a state of total dissolution. And while doing all this, you got to be normal. You got to be a normal person, because when you are walking in your lane, or you're hanging out with your people, or you're talking to your friends, you don't want to sound like someone who has a halo around their head. You got to blend in. So it's not like a piece of cake, even in love for that matter. But I think the brave, the courageous, the mighty ones are eventually going to choose this type of love or this kind of a person in their life, because they're not going to come with the materialistic 3D things. They're going to come with a lot of ideas, a lot of projects. They could be doing a lot of research. They would have seen a lot of documentaries, movies. They would want to have discussions with you, but on certain days they would not want to talk, because there is something happening inside of us all the time. When you're in ascension, you have pains and aches, and you have moods, and you are waking up with certain maybe dream state. you saw something in the dream and you're working around it during your waking up state, like waking up reality, and you're questioning yourself, like, why am I doing these things in the dream state? Like, am I still not a changed person? I mean, the higher you go, the more amazing this journey gets. But new levels always comes with new devils. So I see two people here, and I see one of them becoming very strong. So this one who I see putting their foot down and saying, like, I'm not gonna accept you this way. I want a better person. I want someone who at least take responsibility, who's at least committed towards it, and I'm gonna stand by you for the rest of my life if needed. I mean, who has seen rest of the life? We don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow. But there's yes, it's a very big commitment. But if you actually find that person, who you really love, who is mission oriented, ascension oriented, unconditional love oriented, compassionate, kind hearted, then you got to make that choice, because this is like 50% of the war you won. Now, if you met that person, when you met that person was really good, all of the things were nice, but you went through crisis, you went through runner chaser dynamic, and you went through a lot of things together. Maybe there was a long phase of separation, after which this person suddenly comes back to you. If they come back to you kind of renewed, and you don't know what to do with them, you are like completely shocked, you never expected this to happen, then also you have to watch them for a while. You have to refrain from getting too excited about this person. You have to talk to them as a friend. You have to be in the stage of harmony, because they're going to come with a lot of information, and you got to take some time to process it. And if that's not the case, like if there's another case wherein you kept in touch with that person, I mean, they were going through a divorce or they were going through a separation, they started dating someone in front of you, and then you were suddenly like a forlorn book in the library, and then they come back to you after a year or 2 years and they say, like, okay, you know what, I made a very horrible mistake and this is not good. Then too, you got to watch them, you got to tell them that, look, you went away and you really hurt me. I mean, this is a type of energy I'm catching on to. Okay, you really hurt me, you broke my trust, I got a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder because of this. Like, not a lot of disorder, but I went through that disorder, and it was not easy. It was kind of difficult to swallow all this, digest all this, and then focus on career and make money and be like a person who's mission oriented or inner work oriented. And now that you've come back to me, I want to see some change in you, or I want to see things to become a little different. It can't be this way. And you have to be very sure that yes, some kind of legal work is going on. It cannot be like the person just calls you up and tells you that, you know what, I don't want to be with my husband or my wife or my girlfriend or my boyfriend, whatever it is, like fiance, and they're still with them, they're hanging out with them, they're doing everything with them, but they give you a lot of excuses. So this is not acceptable, because I have seen this situation happen in the twin flame journey, and sometimes it goes on for 7 years, 8 years, and it's really like not a good feeling to be into that place. I mean, not everything has to be a personal experience. Sometimes we meet people, we work with people who are going through this experience, but it is very similar to your experience. Maybe you probably were in a relationship, or you are in a relationship, who knows. Like, please comment below whatever your situationship is or your relationship dynamic is like it could be possible that you may not be married to a person, but they could be cheating on you, they could be going to other people. So you have a taste of how it feels, to accept a person on and off, coming and going, taking so much from you. So even though we say that love is a one-way traffic, we need to understand this. Like, giving has to be done in the right way. If you really want to give love to a person, then sometimes you got to give them space, sometimes you got to give them some conditions, sometimes you have to give them like a question paper, answer these questions, kind of thing. So this is in totality the energy I sensed. Two people. One is obviously the one who's focused on inner work and has something good going on. They are like the genuine twin flamers who are here to inspire the people, the star seed potential, the light workers, the mission doers. Like, they have understood a lot of things about love in separation. During separation, they figured a lot of things out and they learned to surrender. When you learn to surrender, you could be in really bad situations financially or emotionally or mentally or health wise. But if you learn to surrender, if you learn to let go, God always sends you the angels. God always, something magical always takes place. And that time is gone after that. And when that time is gone and you look back, you realize that, oh my God, I was getting worried unnecessarily. Like, I shouldn't even have bothered about it, but I did, so it's okay. So this is where I'm going to close the channeling session. For an energy session, an energy reading, intuitive reading, you can check out the description box, and you can also join therapy sessions with me, work on yourself with me, and have a good time, because inner work is the best thing, best gift you can give to yourself. And I will see you soon in another one. If you want to know more about unconditional love and how you can do it via storytelling, via reading stories symbolically, you understand a lot of stuff. I mean, this is a ancient practice of India actually. Metaphysical world can be explained better via Puranas and stories and epics. Similarly, this book, In the Name of Love, that I've written, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate, you can get it on Amazon Kindle, and you please get the Kindle version or the ebook version only, because that's the latest edited version. I will see you soon in another one. My one disclaimer is that if you contact me for a personal session, do not share anything in advance with me, because I use intuitive tools and spiritual modalities to give you the best solutions. And all the credit for this goes to my masters and source, because they are the real doers. I am just a medium. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.